Hey guys, welcome and welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa and today we're gonna take a look at the Grey Heron, a mod made by GingerToast. Um, yeah, GingerToast is someone I think I have heard other modders mention a lot on their YouTube channel. I don't remember any specific mods. We have looked at them ourselves on this channel. But yeah, we're gonna take it from there. It is the Grey Heron, I think it's called. And honestly, it looks very much like something we have here in Denmark. But it did pop up when I search a different kind of list for Madagascar animals. So it actually surprised me a lot that's an animal that's basically called Grey Heron. Sounds boring, and it doesn't have the pretty colors. It doesn't seem like a tropical bird at all. So it kind of surprised me, but we're gonna look at it today. And oh, there. Gonna jump in here, and they are bathing. And we have some different things going on. We have different sizes, and I will get into all of that. Trust me, we will have something to talk about when we come to the close-up. But here it is, and it is a beautiful bird. And yes, it is on purpose that you can vaguely see through there, because it's like if our nose had the holes here, then we would also be able to see through. It is a least concerned animal, and there are 2 million of them in the world at this point. Sorry, it's when there's not a what's it called, punctum period in between, then I have a hard time reading that. They live in Europe, Asia, and Africa, and here you can see Denmark are covered, so it does make sense that it is here. But I don't see Madagascar anyway here. We have them in Norway, Sweden, Northern Europe, and Asia. Eastward as far as Ural Mountains. Northern Spain, France, that's still Europe. Italy, the Balkans. I don't see anything. Africa south of the Sahara Desert. So south of Sahara, yeah, that's kind of covers it. The Canary Islands, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and many of the Mediterranean islands. So basically, Africa south of the Sahara Desert, so I think it's actually from here and down. So that would cover it, but it is a long way to fly, honestly. But I do think it's one of those birds that migrate, but I'm not sure about that. It is aquatic, a grassland and timbered biome animal. Again, they aren't fully aquatic, they are subaquatic. One of them only need 100 square meters of land and 25 of water. They live from 10 to 40 degrees Celsius. Keep this in mind, because a lot of the biomes go up to 42 degrees Celsius, so it would be too warm. And if you have a tiger or tundra zoo, it will be too cold, probably also a temperate, if you don't bring them inside in the winter. You need a grade 2 fence above half a meter. And I assume that's because they don't really fly when we keep them in captivity. Anyway, you can have group size up to 50. That's 25 males, 25 females, and this, yeah. I think this is because they are monogamous, so they're made for life, so it would be uncomfortable to have one male and then the rest females, because then you would never be able to breed the rest of the female, and you would never be able to fulfill the needs. It's not like they need the sexual act of reproduction, but it is in the very many animals' genetic material that they need to pass their genes on. It's basically why we are on this planet. Basically, every single human or an animal on this earth is just a kind of a box filled with genes, and it's the genes that need to survive. Basically, I'm not saying that you have to get children if you don't have to. I don't have kids. I'm just saying that it's basically biologically why we are here. It's to pass on our genes. And it's a need for a lot of animals, and therefore it would be weird to not give them the opportunity. Some species like penguin will, when they have too many males or too many females, then they will make homosexual pairings. I'm not sure a heron would do that. Sorry, side quest here. They are neutral about humans and guests can enter the habitat. They grow to about a meter tall. I'm pretty sure you notice some of them are bigger than that. They live for around 10 years and weigh 1.5 kilo, that's 3 pounds. Reach sexual maturity at age 1 and can reproduce until they die. They will give between 3 and 5 babies every year and be pregnant for a single month, and they should be easy to get to reproduce in captivity. And we have a lot here of interspecies enrichment, but it will be difficult to give them everything. For instance, if you want to place them in Europe, then you could give them the fellow deer and the moose, compared depending on where in the area of Europe you are. If you go for Africa, you have the African buffalo, the Indian elephant, the Indian rhino, and the Nile ledgeway. I think that's an African animal. Yeah, sorry. There. But the only Asian animal you have is basically the moose, because it lives a lot of places. So keep that in mind. You would be able to give them more interspecies enrichment if you place them in Africa with African animal. Anyway, for enrichment, I think they are made on the flamingo, right? Because basically this is flamingo enrichment. So we have the waterfall thingy, mirror thingy, sprinkler thingy, and herb scent marker, and then the flamingo feeder thingy called forage pool. And now we're gonna look at here, and they are overall quite beautiful. The funny thing is though that this is a adult. This is an adult, and this is a baby. So something clearly went wrong here. I will mention this to the mother. Maybe the mother wants to fix it, maybe they don't. We can't say that they have to at all. If they do, I will put it on a pinned comment. I won't make a new video just for this one thing. But I will put a pinned comment if it get updated and this get fixed. But if you download it before it get fixed, then you don't get the fix. You need to download the newest update, so therefore they need to fix it and then download it or re-download it after that to get it fixed. So if they do that, I will put it in a pinned comment. If they don't, then they don't, and I don't. Basically that's how it works here. It's just something I want to mention. If you just want to play around with them, you can just pretend these are the adults, but overall you can see here, compared to the humans out here, they are very, very big. Very big. So it's just something to keep in mind, and it depends on what you want with them. If this is a big issue, you can totally just download them now, play around with them, and then when it gets updated, you can go in and download the new update. Then you need to remove the old, of course, but then you can put in the new update and then it will be fixed. And that's a opportunity. However, I'm gonna look on the big one here, basically because I think it's completely the same, and it will be easier to look at the details this way. Here you can see, as I mentioned, we can see through. You also see the beak are made with two, an upper and a lower beak, so it can open. Actually, it's not all mods that do that. Some of them make a beak as one thing and they can't open it. But here they can, and we have the tongue, and we have a lot of different colorations here. We also see you have some grainies here that are made, built. It's not only painted on. You can see here that it bends inwards here and outwards, which again will happen over time on a beak because they use them a lot, a whole lot. So therefore they will get markings over time on their beaks, and it won't only be color. So we both have the coloration of it and the shaping of it, which I like. The eye is a little bit weird, but again, a lot of birds have weird eyes. I didn't notice, honestly, over here. Yeah, the eye looks pretty much like that. So again, it's not the mother doing anything wrong here. It's just that I'm all looking weird. We have the glitching going on. Keep in mind that might be my computer, so it may not happen on yours. And then they have these heron pointy things here. I would like to go over here again. As you can see here, they are very, very thin. On some kinds of herons, they are thicker. But here they are very thin. Just something I wanted to clarify, because if you thought these was too thin. And then they have the dark markings that they are placed on. We have all of this coloration going out here. Again, it looks a lot like fur, but again, on a neck on most birds, the feathers will appear like fur when you get a close-up, because they are so short and so small. But when it gets to the body, you would like to see feathers. I just want to... Yeah, the coloration here is the same. It could be a... This is a adult. Yeah. It could be only on the babies, but it's not here. For feathers, this is damn right good. It's not the best we have seen, but it's definitely not the worst at all. I did make a lot of crane videos some time ago, where you can see the difference between good and bad feathers, and the same on the flamingo. Again, we have a lot of fur going on up here, which I would rather have feathers, but I do believe it would take so much time to do, and it's probably more difficult because feathers doesn't behave like fur. So when they move around, it would be more difficult to make it all fit together with the animations. Again, something I just wanted to mention. I do find it weird here that we have feathers here, and then nothing here. And then beneath that we have the feathers from the wings. The black feathers down here, they have nothing. They have nothing on it. It's just flat black surface. The gray here, it doesn't have the line in the middle. They don't have the strands going out to the side. They don't, but they have coloration and depth to them, which are better than completely flat. But again, the things I point out, can you actually see them when you just play your game from out here? Can you see it? Probably not. You can see that some of them are very big, but that's about that. We have a swimming issue, it seems like. You see here the adults, which are the small ones again, are diving. But the babies here are placed better in the water. Again, they are bigger, but you can see down here, this is probably a swimming animation and not just walking. So that's also an issue. But again, if you don't plan to keep an eye on it all the time, and this isn't what you're looking for, then it isn't an issue. They will still do the flamingo stand and all of these kind of things. Again, I don't see this as a bad mod. This is a mod with a few, maybe, I think the size is maybe some coding that went wrong. And coding is, as far as I know, only zeros and ones. So to code an entire animal size just using two different numbers is very impressive on its own to me. So I do understand why you could miss up maybe one of all of those ones and zeros. So again, I'm gonna tell them, and if there are a pinned comment when you see this video where I say it's been fixed, then it's been fixed. Is there not, then either it haven't been fixed, or I haven't seen that it's been fixed. I do, however, when I report this to the modders, I normally says that please tell me, because I would like to share it with you guys. But again, they are not obligated to. Everything they do with the mods here is voluntarily. And again, this works fine. So we can't claim anything by the modders. They don't have to serve us the way we want to be served. And overall, this is still a beautiful mod. Again, the pointers I had, for instance, the black feathers, it isn't an issue from out here. You can't see it. It's just something I noticed, but you can't see it. So anyway, as always, guys, the only one who decides which mod you should use is you. I can just tell you what I think and what I notice compared to other mods. But the thing is, if you want to build I'm just saying something. You want to build a tiger habitat with a Maltese tiger, for instance. I know there's a mod out for that. Then it doesn't help you that I say that the flamingo mod is better than the Maltese tiger. That doesn't help you. If you want the Maltese tiger, then get the Maltese tiger. But you have to take it the way it is, basically. Though I do think it's a very good mod. They are a little big, but it's a very good mod. But it's just like there's a lot of these things where I know it sounds like I make something seems good or bad, but basically I just want you to be informed. And again, you can skip backwards and forward through these videos as you want to, if you want to. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna stop for now. So you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I will hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.